say. And we really want to set the longer term goals of and set it in stone of like, if weight loss is something that you're looking for, or quitting something or starting something new, it's like set the long-term goal of how long it might take you to get there, right? Of like what is it going to take, and then stick to that. And really setting those goals and having accountability is key, which is why our community is so incredible, is we have a system that works. We have these superfoods that you can do ongoing, and it's like not having to take a vacation from your life, right? You can still keep living your life, keep doing the things that you love to do, and you're just adding in these superfoods, like Allison said, and then naturally the unhealthy habits start to fall to the wayside, and you just feel better. And I can attest to that myself, because once I started using these superfoods and putting them into my body every single day, I started to not want to reach for the less healthy options. I naturally started to drink less coffee, and to, not want to eat as much processed food. When I would eat bread, now I like very rarely eat bread, because I actually was able to notice through using the superfoods and doing, the whole program, that I was able to see a significant difference. And when I started to eat things that were heavier, right? Grains, breads, things like that, I could actually feel it in my body, and it didn't necessarily feel good to me. And it took the comparison, right? If you have nothing to compare it to, then you're just keep living your life and maybe not feeling great all the time. But if you have something, if you feel great and then you eat something that doesn't make you feel so good, you can actually compare that to the great feeling that you had, and start to eliminate those things from your daily life, right? Start to choose consciously what things make you feel good versus what things don't make you feel as good. And so today we're really exploring the science between eating healthy and building healthy habits. These are habits that we want to create for, you know, for it to last a long time. I've been using these superfoods for over 9 years, and it's because I love the way it makes me feel. It's because it's so simple, it's so nourishing. Even my kids can make a shake. Kainoa was making me shakes when he was like 3 years old. He was making me shakes and bringing them to me while I was on Zooms. Like, this is so simple. A 3-year-old can make you lunch, right? So that's something that I just love. It's something for the whole family, and we're all creating these healthy habits together. And so when I started, it really was for me, like I mentioned earlier, about having something that was super simple, that was able to nourish my body. And I actually thought I was super healthy. I was, making smoothies and juicing and doing different things. But the thing that I didn't realize is I wasn't doing it every day. So drop me a one if you in the past felt like you were a really healthy person and you feel healthier now that you've started using Purium. Um, or if you started to see a transition in your healthy habits from incorporating this into your life. I see lots of ones, right? So it happens to a lot of us. We encounter people all the time. They're like, I'm already healthy. I already eat, all organic, or I already am doing the things. I don't need this extra thing. And it's really, like Allison said, that subtraction by addition. You're adding in these superfoods to your already healthy lifestyle, and you can feel even better. What if you could feel even better, right? And so that's what these superfoods do. And it makes it so simple, because oftentimes, as somebody who was already eating healthy, I would still sometimes feel challenged by certain recipes, or creating meals. And with what we have with our ultimate lifestyle transformation, it's really getting you everything you need every day. You're getting your greens in every day with your power shake, you're getting your aminos for your protein, you have the cherry for your antioxidants, and to get that deep restful sleep. And all of it together works synergistically with your body to bring you to optimal health. And then the gut health is even the most important part, because our gut is really where it's all at. If your gut's compromised, so many other issues come into play. And then your gut and inflammation is the other key component to most ailments in society today. And so by reducing inflammation and helping to detox your gut, you can really find the next level of optimal health. And so when you do the ultimate lifestyle transformation, you're really just touching on all of those points and giving your body exactly what it needs. So that way you're getting proper nutrition every single day. Your gut is getting detoxed ongoing and getting all the toxins out and any kind of buildup, and helping to repair your microvilli so that you can actually absorb nutrients better. And I mean, what's the point of eating food if we're not absorbing the nutrients from the food? So it's really important that when we do this, it's not just 30 days, but we're committing to the whole 90 days of really resetting our habits, because as we've learned, it takes that we used to say it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. Well, that's really just the beginning. If you make it to 21 to 30 days, that's just you starting to recreate a new habit. Then you actually have to stick with it and create consistency. Right. So then it's like consistently doing those things that make you feel better so that you can move the needle forward and really set those new habits in stone and continue on the journey. And so I really love this topic. I could go on and on about the ULT because obviously I love it so much, but I would love to pass it over to Tammy, who is going to share a little bit of her story and her tips and tricks about how to dive into the 90-day subscription with the ultimate lifestyle transformation and stay committed to your healthy eating habits.
She's saying she can't unmute.
Oh, I think I had you on a different.
Had
There
me
you
blocked.
Sorry about
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I love the 90-day. You know, when I started this, I'm 3 years in now. When I started this, I was really, really sick. I was coming out of another bowel resection surgery. I had been on opioids for 10 years. I was addicted to sugar. I was a busy mom, single mom, you know, working 2 jobs, getting DoorDash, all the things. And this nutrition literally saved me. The convenience, I didn't know how to cook. I was clueless in the kitchen. Bob Evans, like frozen meals. I didn't know how to do anything in the kitchen. But this gave me that ground nutrition, you know, what we really, that baseline, what our bodies are just starving for. And adding this in slowly and surely, I was able to give up so many things. And, you know, really what they say about sugar being more addictive than heroin, you know, being on opioids, those were easy to give up, but the sugar, those cravings are so real. People are really suffering out there everywhere you go. It's in everything, in the Starbucks and the donuts and people's workplaces. They're constantly, there's temptations everywhere, you know, family functions over the holidays. This is the first year that I've been able to go to a family function and look at Christmas cookies and like, oh, absolutely no desire whatsoever. So it really does take consistency, and, you know, having this community is really important, because I've been teased, you guys. I've been called crazy. I've been, my dad will come and knock on my window and dangle peanut butter cups, like trying to tempt me. It's crazy when you try to get healthy, the things that people, they don't want to lose you. They want to pull you back. Misery loves company. They want you in that lifestyle still, you know, your bar buddies, if you worked in a restaurant or a bar, they don't want to lose. You were fun. They had fun with you when you went out. They don't want to lose you. They don't want you to stop drinking. Like whatever, wherever you're at on your journey, whatever you're trying to give up, like this community is so important to have these people here cheering you on. Some people, like I have an ultra marathon runner. He placed 3rd in the world last year. He takes this nutrition. He's fine. He doesn't need support. He doesn't need the community. You're going to know what customers need your support and which ones don't. You're going to have some people calling you every day. You know, I need a recipe. I need this. I need that. And some people, you know, really, they're not going to need you. Don't be offended. Like, let them go. That's great. That's less work for you, right? So I actually just signed up with a personal trainer. Like, I'm finally to the point now where I'm like ready for that next level. So everybody goes at different paces, you know, you have to just be so patient with yourself. And now I'm in the gym every day, and getting chiseled like our buddy Dennis Mack here. You know, it's just, there's so much room for progress, and don't stop at 90 days. I mean, I don't know why anyone would stop at 90 days when you start feeling this in your body and you feel better than you've ever felt in your entire life. Like there's just another level. I tell my son all the time, I'm like, it's like playing a video game. You get done with one level and then you like conquer the next level. Like, let's go. Let's just keep cheering each other on. And yeah, I don't know. My kids are feeling incredible. They've given up so many things off of anxiety medication, ADHD gone, stuttering gone, depression gone. They don't even want to eat out anymore. They won't eat at restaurants. My daughter is a chef now, and she just called me. She's like, Mom, can you bring me some food? I'm like, yes, I'll bring you food. So I'm running her food to work. You know, it's really cool to see, you know, your family and friends getting in on it, and, you know, just leading by example and just doing the best you can do. And, you know, the first few months when I was on this, I'll be honest, like I was still craving those McDonald's, that sweet and sour, whatever they put in there, that stuff's like crack, you guys. Like, if you break down and you have a little bit, whatever, it's no big deal. Just do better the next day. Whatever thing that you're addicted to, whatever you're trying to give up, like, don't be so hard on yourself. It takes so much time, you know, like however many years you were doing things a different way, it's going to take you just as long, if not longer, to create new habits, you know, hanging out with new people, finding new friends, finding new communities. Because online is great and everything, but the in real life, you know, people need that support in real life. So I think that's all I have to share for now.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tammy. It's so inspiring to see your kids and how they are so encouraged by this. And I love the post that you made the other day with your daughter and all the things that she's creating and all the recipes and foods and now skincare and all of the things. It's so awesome how, you know, when you change your lifestyle and you're changing the way that you're fueling your body, all the other things start to change. You start to realize all the other toxic behaviors that we might have, or all the other toxins that we have in our household in general that we might not want to be using as much. Because in the past, I used to use the shampoos that were like super perfumey and a little bit, you know, more generic. And over time, I've had to transition because I literally now, when I smell somebody that uses like the Tide laundry detergent, the laundromat, or a super perfumey shampoo, it literally like affects me in a whole different way because my endocrine system isn't as taxed. And so it actually, like, I have a hard time with some of those really perfumey, chemically smells now that didn't seem to affect me in the same way in the past. And so as you detox, you might notice that, you know, you start to detox your own body, and then other things in your home start to detox naturally, right? You start to switch over your different soaps and your different, all the different things, right? I have a customer who over this last year has had incredible results with the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, and she's lost over 60 pounds. She started last year, mid-January. She's now lost over 60 pounds. And over the last year, we started with her fridge, right? We started to detox her fridge and get rid of all the foods that she was no longer wanting to eat for herself as part of her healthy lifestyle. And then we went through her pantry. And then actually, as the year progressed, she actually, you know, got rid of tons of clutter in her house and in her garage and was able to really transition so much more than just her health and gain so much more than just the weight loss and the benefits that she's feeling from that. Like sometimes we literally don't know what people are going through. And we often don't share all of our life's challenges, right? We don't share with people that we can barely make it up the stairs without having to stop and take a breath. We don't always share these things with our community because they're personal to us. And so, you know, we can't prejudge anybody. We can't say like, oh, that person won't be interested because they're already healthy, or that person already knows what they're doing. We have to share this with everybody because so many people are looking for what we have. And it's so important that we share solutions. And like I said, it starts with your own personal health and nourishment, and then it starts to transition naturally, right? You start to get rid of the things that don't make you feel good. And then other parts of your home might start to detox as well, as I mentioned. And there's lots of great information in the chat, so take a look at the chat as well. There's lots of great suggestions from the community as well. But I want to go ahead and pass it over to Allison to share as well.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this ULT changed my life completely. I was one of those people that thought I was eating healthy before. And until Taz came into my home and started going through my pantry, and she was like, this has glyphosate, this is full of glyphosate. And I didn't even know the word glyphosate. I thought she made it up. I was like, what is this glyphosate she keeps saying? And so she did a whole like overhaul, which is so, wow, I'm so grateful for. You know, some people could take defense to it, like, hey, that's my stuff. But I was so grateful. Like, thank you for coming in and actually like physically removing some of the stuff that was not good that I was feeding my children. And she, you know, shared with me this ultimate lifestyle transformation. I had leaky gut, I had eczema, I had mental health issues, I was on mental health medications. And, you know, it really, like, I was not, I didn't have high expectations. I kind of thought like, you know, okay, I'll try this, but I wasn't sure she was making up that word glyphosate. I wasn't super trusting, you know, but I was like, okay, I'll try what she's talking about, because there was some energy to her and what she was sharing with me. You know, reading the ingredients, I actually did, you know, I was already on that health journey. So I was like recognizing like what, like organic Camu wheatgrass, like, you know, these things are like that. Okay, that speaks my language. I get that. And gut health was something I was researching a lot on, but it kind of eluded me. I was taking probiotics, I was taking different vitamins. I thought I was doing what was, you know, I thought I was doing the best I could. So what I loved about it was how easy it was. You know, this came to our door. It was so complete. It had all the nutrition that I needed. And I had two small children at the time, both under 5. And it really made it easy as a mom, you know, to do. I was just doing it for myself. And my husband was, you know, not someone who was super on that health journey. He was more like the hot dogs, hamburgers kind of guy. And he just, okay, very, like, I didn't have to push him, which I want to tell people, like, you know, a little bit, because some people just so badly want their husband to get on it. Like, I was really just doing it for myself. And I was doing my green juices every day. And, you know, he started to dabble in it and started to take the green juices. And I want to highlight his story today, because he's really a true testament. I mean, I was a true testament as well, but to witness it in someone else was the most transformative for me. So yeah, Jar, if you want to kind of share a little bit about what happened with you when you started to get into it.
For sure. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I think that's all it really is, was just making these new habits really easy. You know, if you have New Year's resolutions, like to lose weight, to make your own food every day, to quit alcohol, whatever it is, these are very hard things. Like, it's uncomfortable. It sucks to go to the gym, obviously. And some people might be reluctant to start having a green juice every day, but Purium's tastes awesome. The Appleberry Power Shake is famous because of how amazing it tastes, and that became very easy to adopt. That became my new daily thing. I wasn't having coffee, I wasn't having breakfast or energy drinks, because I'd have my Power Shake.
It became easier than going through the drive-through, which you were doing every morning for your Egg McMuffin, right?
Sure.
So even easier than that, yeah.
So, and then, you know, the processed food addictions, these cravings started to dissipate naturally over time. So I didn't have to restrict myself. I didn't have to go on some radical diet shift. I just added it in. And so here's like a visual of what the results look like.
This was your first 60 days. This is the first summer he started it.
Yeah.
And so this was in the summer and this was in the fall. This was only 60 days apart. He transformed his entire body. Like, he wasn't even going to the gym more, because I'm a witness. This was his 6-pack that you see, that was underneath what he had there, but that was all inflammation.
Yeah, and it's a lot of bloating and, you know, dad bod that I had since I was like 17 years old for some reason. And it's just hard to shake, you know, you can't exercise enough or eat right way to lose that weight that's no longer serving you. But if you do a ritual, if you have a habit that you do every single day, it doesn't matter if you get derailed. You know, you could have like an entire row of Oreos, and then as long as you get back on the Biomedic the next day, Power Shake, you're okay.
Well, this is at the beginning. If you still have cravings, that's what you do. But what happens over time, well, actually not too long of time, your cravings do change. my father, just before you start sharing, I just want to, while remember,
Yeah.
we just got new kittens.
Yeah.
My father just started his ULT and he was really reluctant. Over 6 years, I've been trying to get him to do it. I actually really love that Dr. Melissa shared about the smell, because my father doesn't have a sense of smell. So that's something I took a screenshot of. But he was so reluctant to do it because he didn't want to give up bread and beer and some things like that. Okay. But I want to say that I did not tell him he needs to give it up. I said, Daddy, don't worry. Just add this in. Just take your core 4. He's not even doing a full ULT, just the core 4. And because we needed to start small with him, some people just baby steps. And he told me at Christmas time, and this is when he was surrounded by the bread and the beer. He said, I don't want it anymore. I stopped having bread completely. He told me, I just stopped wanting it. I stopped eating. He's so excited because it wasn't that he had to try to change. It's just your cravings naturally change. You become more sensitive to things that are poison for you that you wouldn't have noticed before when your whole body was so toxic. So as you clean out, you can become more conscious of foods that are like a no. But yeah, continue, Jar.
Oh, it's okay. I think that summarizes it pretty well. I know a lot of people in my situation and worse, I luckily didn't have a lot of like chronic illness. I had asthma and allergies that I didn't have anymore once I did the 60 days. And then obviously stick with it because I know what it's like to not be on Purium. We would travel and we'd run out, and then I started getting colds again, feeling tired.
Our eczema came back when we stopped for a while, when we were in Belize thinking we're eating all or like fresh fruit and vegetables, but it's not enough anymore. They're spraying glyphosate everywhere. And even in these beautiful tropical paradise places that we just pray we will, heal and stop, because they are spraying them everywhere. And we can't, even in, all those, yeah, it's, we were living proof that when we stopped doing the biomedic and the green juice, things come back. So we committed ourselves, and now we've been doing it for 6 years. We've committed ourselves to life with this because we know that life is so much better with this in it, and just would not, we would not ever stop. Our kids are on it as well. Our kids every morning ask for their Epigenius kit, the Epigenius family shake. And they share it with their friends as well. And it wasn't overnight. So for all the moms out there who are like, I can't get my kid to like it, don't worry. Please don't worry. I want to really emphasize patience to everyone. It took me to hear Eric, Eric Misch, who's one of our sponsors here. I had to hear his story that it took his sister 9 years to finally say yes to this. That gave me the hope that it was going to happen for me too. And luckily things have, it's taken maybe 5 years instead. So I think I'm winning. So that's really just know that things we can't expect overnight, but if we lead by example and we share with love, I gifted actually some of my family members some Purium stuff that, just with love, they can try for themselves. No expectation on them ordering, but, we share from the heart without expectation. Over time, eventually, believe me, when you don't stop, when you're the example, people follow.
Wonderful. Such great stories. Did you have anything else to share on that, Jared?
I just think it's a beautiful mission, and it's really given our lives deeper purpose, finding these pathways to natural healing, because so many people fall through the cracks of the medical system, of the work system, and here is a solution to both, where your health and your wealth are intertwined in this mission, and this community is only getting bigger and bigger. And the idea of organic whole food consumables, this trend is huge. It's a green wave coming, and we're just surfing it together. So we just want to get more and more people up on the board, because we pinch ourselves some days. We're like, is this real? Like, we're on the beach right now, like getting bonuses and doing whatever we want. And this is what we want to unlock for as many people as possible.
Absolutely. I love that. The green wave is coming and we're all getting on it, right? That's a great analogy. So yeah, we just want to help everyone set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goals that you can work towards. And if you fall back and you do something that you're trying to eliminate out of your lifestyle, then don't beat yourself up. Every day is a new day to recommit to whatever your goals are and whatever you're wanting to accomplish for yourself. So, if one day goes bad and you eat whatever the things are that you're trying to eliminate, you have that cup of coffee and you said you weren't going to drink coffee anymore, like give yourself some grace. It takes time to create new habits. And that's why we have the 90-day ultimate lifestyle transformation, is to really give you the time to lean in with just doing the superfoods once a day and then twice a day, and then do the accelerated program with doing all the superfoods 3 times a day and eliminating some parasites. And then finding your balance with how you enjoy consuming the superfoods and how you find balance in your life with your nutrition and what foods make you feel good. Because at the end of the day, that's what really matters, is that we feel good in our bodies, that we have lots of energy, we don't have the brain fog, that we are feeling fabulous, right? And that we're able to function on an optimal level, and that we're not just making it through the day. When I first started the superfoods, I had 5 kids in 4 different schools and a new baby. So my morning routine was crazy busy. I'd get up at 6 a.m. and I was stressed by 6:30 because already I had kids that weren't wanting to wake up, or, one was taking too long of a shower and the other one couldn't tie his shoes, or whatever the things were, making breakfast, getting them out the door on time. And this is with a handful of little people and a baby, right? So my day was hectic and crazy by 6 in the morning. And so having the aminos first thing in the morning and being able to do something for myself was the hugest transition, because before Purium came into my life, I'd wake up in the morning and be stressed and getting the kids out the door. I'd finally drop them off at their various schools and I'd come home, and now the baby needs my attention and I have to clean up from breakfast and clean up from the whole morning routine. And I'm literally already exhausted by 10 a.m. And at that time in my life, I was literally living off coffee till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Can anybody relate to this? Does anybody else have a crazy, stressful life and they live off coffee till like noon or whatever time? And then finally, you are so hungry that you'll just eat whatever's in front of you. And just grab the bagel and cream cheese or whatever the fastest, easiest thing that you can grab is. And maybe that's going through a drive-through because we're all really busy. Let's face it, we're in the most fast-paced time of our life where everything is convenient, everybody's on the go, we're all juggling multiple things at a time. And so that's how my life was when I first started Purium. And having just something as simple as taking the aminos first thing in the morning before starting my stressful day was so helpful, to just have that one thing that was so simple. And then I was able to make a power shake before I left the house. So instead of having coffee and then making another coffee when I came home and making it however long and then having a coffee before lunch, or, I was literally just having aminos in the morning, doing the morning routine with the kids, and making a shake before I walked out the door. It was so simple. I could actually accomplish that. It took literally 30 seconds, right? I could literally just put some water and superfoods in a cup and shake it on my way out the door to take the kids to school. And it just helped my life be less stressful because I was finally doing something for myself. I was finding a little bit of balance in my nervous system by being able to fuel my cells optimally. And then from there, when I came home and I was taking care of all the chores and all the things, I could really just, take the time to choose what I wanted to eat and not be hangry and have like the jitters from the coffee and be all like totally out of whack, right? I don't know about you, but now when I have a sip of coffee, I can literally have one sip. That's it. I can't even drink a cup of coffee because it totally taxes my nervous system and my adrenals so quickly. And I do love a vanilla latte once in a while. That's my weakness, but I literally will have a sip and that's it. That's all I can handle. The caffeine is too strong for me. I'd rather have a power shake. My favorite go-to right now is I make a barley green latte. It's barley green juice with whatever nut milk that you like. No sweetener, nothing. It tastes so good. To me, it's like a matcha latte without the caffeine. And it's just so simple. It's helping to alkalize my cells. It fuels me. It gives me tons of energy. I mean, it's a little bit after 9 a.m. here in Hawaii, and I am full of energy. That's all I've had yet today with my aminos. So I'm so grateful that these superfoods came into my life, and it has helped transition so much in my lifestyle over the past 9 years. And so with that, when I first bought my products, I actually bought the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation with the intention of my husband and myself doing the cleanse, doing it together. And so we did the full 30 days together, just doing one shake a day. And we used the products up pretty quickly and right away ordered more products because we could see a significant difference in our inflammation, in our energy levels, in my morning stress, getting everybody out the door and having something so simple for myself. And so it changed so many things. And it was as simple as adding in these superfoods. And naturally, I no longer was grabbing the coffee because I didn't need it. I had all the energy I needed from the power shake or from the various superfoods I was consuming and the aminos. And so that's the power of what we have here. And so many people are looking for what we have. So many people are out there right now. It's the beginning of the year and they're setting their goals or their New Year's resolutions for what they'd like to accomplish. And our job is to go out there and help support them and have the conversations to help them be guided to something that actually works and to a community of support. Because let's face it, support is where it's at. If I wouldn't have had the support, I don't know, I probably would have stuck to it because I love the superfoods, but it wouldn't have been the same. Right? There's lots of programs out there that people just buy something online, a meal plan or whatever it is, it's sent to them in a box and they do it for a few weeks or a couple months, but then it falls to the wayside because they don't have a community of support to encourage them along the way. And so it's really important that we share what we have and that we support people that we share this with and that we don't leave anybody behind. Right? We constantly keep nudging them, keep sharing information. And so on our end, consistency is key. If we're constantly fueling our body with superfoods and sharing about that journey, then people that are watching out there on social media land, that's what people do. They might not always like and comment on your post, but believe me, they're watching. Over the last 9 years, I've had people reach back out to me that were watching me for years that were finally ready. They're like, okay, I'm ready now, right? So your consistency is so important and sharing the journey, right? Sharing what you're doing on a daily basis because people are looking for something fast, easy, convenient, and nutritious.